G'day guys, welcome to the Biker Bits Garage where we give anything a bloody shot. Now, in this video we're going to try and see if we can spray this helmet with the old Dulux Chrome. Now, for the blokes that bloody normally follow the bullshit that I do, we were going to try and spray this rear rack chrome because it all pitted. We ended up, as we were trying to get it all bloody nice, ready for painting, we realised that if we kept doing it, we could shine the aluminium up really good, put a clear coat over it. Anyway, it's turned out good, so now we're going to do this helmet. Now, the reason why I'm saying that is that we're going to have a shot at doing this. This is a shitty old bloody helmet. We're not going to use it. If it works out okay, I'll hang it somewhere here. It'll just be a prop somewhere. If it turns out shit, it'll get thrown in the garbage bin. So I'm going to be removing stickers and all that kind of stuff. I'm going to try and do a good job. But just in case anybody starts going, oh, you can't take stickers and blah, blah, blah. You know what I'm talking about? Righto. So, the first thing I've got to do is remove this peak. I'm not even going to worry about doing the peak and just ripping that off. And then we've got to clean this up, scratch it over to make a nice surface smooth and something for the paint to stick to. And then we've got to seal it all up so I don't spray the parts that aren't supposed to be sprayed. Righto. Rightio guys, now I'm allowed to change my mind because it's my video. I'm going to do the peak because I'm just looking at that and I don't know, I thought it might have had the old school look to it, but it doesn't. It just looks a bit bloody dorky, so we'll do that because if this turns out alright, I won't mind hanging this on the bloody thing. Alright, cool. Righto, first thing we'll grab is the wax and grease remover. Okay, so wax and grease remover is absolute bloody fantastic stuff. I was introduced to it and I just use it so much. It works so good as a cleaner for prepping. So basically I'm just using it to get most of the crap off. Obviously we're going to sand all over this. Rightio guys, so wax and grease remover has been rubbed all over this just to, if there's any bugs, bit of glue, whatever. I've now got to try and remove these stickers, which I'm going to use a heat gun, which we'll do now. Look at that. Oh, beautiful. Love it when it makes it easy. So obviously if you don't have a heat gun, just use a hairdryer. Oh, I hate it when it does that, peels off that outer bit, and normally when that happens, it's a real shit to get the next bit off. Oh, I might be in luck, guys, I might be in luck. Done, wax and grease will get that off. So I've got this kind of like, see if I can get that one off. So, oh yeah, that's going to work. So a bit of a pro tip. Oh, look at that. Brilliant. Bit of a pro tip. You don't have one of these, a heat gun. You don't have a missus or a sister or someone that has a bloody hairdryer. You don't have a hairdryer. Grab your helmet, go down to the public toilet and use the hand dryer down there. You might look a bit funny or strange, but you'll get the job done. Righto, got you guys zoomed in there so we can see that it's got that bloody glue stuff on there. Get that wax and grease remover on there. And hey presto, look at that, straight off. Bloody marvellous stuff. Another thing for glue is eucalyptus oil. Most of you guys know this shit. But for some of you guys out there new to doing all this stuff, so a couple of little tricks. I might sound like I know what I'm doing, but I'm no expert. I'm definitely not a painter, a spray painter, and I'm definitely not a mechanic. Just a bloke having a go. reckon I've got. Oh no, there's a little bit. Always goes into little snot balls. Righto, that last little bit here. Righto, so now what we've got to do is rough this up, sand it nice and smooth, get all the cruddy bits that I couldn't get off with the other thing. I have no idea what grit I should be using. I've got 400 grit sandpaper. That's what I'm going to use. Don't know if it's right or not, but that's what we're going to do. And I've got to work out obviously where am I going to paint. So I'm going to paint everything except for all this rubber bit that goes around here and that part there. I don't want to do any of that. But everywhere else, there's some little rubber mounting bits there. I'll tape over those bits there because I think paint normally doesn't like to go onto rubber. It doesn't dry. It takes ages. I've done it on the Jeep when I put bloody mud flaps, and you get overspray on there and it just stays tacky for ages. Eventually it dries. Shut up, Mark, and get into it. All right. Righto guys, so that's all been rubbed over. I mean, I'm not doing a fantastic job on it. I mean, I don't know whether you can see. Obviously there's particular lines, there's, I don't know, it must be stickers maybe, but beveled. So that most probably will show through, but I'm not gonna worry about that to get it all down. I could in certain spots, I got it down even round there, but just to go over the, yeah, whatever. Righto, give it a quick wipe down now with the wax and grease remover, and then we'll start taping it up, and then we'll be right to get that spray paint on and see how it goes. Rightio guys, so all I've got to do is mask up around as close as I can around there. So that's what I'm doing. I'll come back to you. Rightio guys, so that is all sealed up. I reckon, oh, I can just see now. Bloody hell. Just see there's a bit of a gap there. Fill him in. So I've gone as good as I can. Like you can see around all the edges. Looks pretty good, looks pretty professional if you ask me. Don't know about how the painting's going to turn out. And of course we've got the peak as well. So now I'm just going to quickly wipe over this with the wax and grease remover, set myself up, and then we're going to paint it. I'm very excited to see how this chrome comes up. Rightio guys, here we go. It's all been shakened up. Looks pretty good actually. The idea that I'm learning is that not to spray too far away, but you've got to also be careful not to be too close to get the runs. But if you're too far away, it gets all those little bubbles. So that's a fairly nice, even shot on that. All right, let's get the helmet over. Actually, before we do that, we'll just get a close-up of it. I mean, I'm looking at it now. It's a bit hard, we've got to wait for it to dry, but it just looks silver. If you can hear that noise, it's the dog whinging. She wants to go to bed, it's late at night. So that doesn't look chrome, does it? It just looks silver. You've got chrome, silver, chrome, silver. So far not looking good. Righto, try and not get in your way, guys. Here goes nothing. Got to keep weighing that thick. It starts off chrome, but I think it then quickly, slowly goes to silver. I mean, now it's looking like chrome, like I said before, and then it seems, I don't know. Finish it up. Rightio, oh look at that. Got too close, too thick, and there you go, got to run. Bugger. So, I mean, it is, I mean, you can see the colour, that's doing the whole chrome thing, it's just, it's hazy, I suppose, is what it is. Around. We'll let this set, I'll give it about 15 minutes and then I'll lay another coat on it. I'm not going to worry about that run because as I said, oh, there's another run. Too close, too thick. So obviously, you know, if I was doing this for real, I would have to wait for this to dry and then rub that out. Alright, so I haven't given up on it yet. What's this other thing doing? See this? Oh no, I am getting it. Yeah, look, you can. Yeah, so it is giving off. Alright. Okay. Settle down, Mark. Wait. Redoing it. Shut up. Rightio guys, so what I did was after 15 minutes I gave it a second coat on both of these. As it dries it chromes up a little bit. So, I mean, I can see it's got that chrome effect, it's got a mirror effect, I can see myself in there. It's just quite hazy, so it's not like a true chrome. I think if you wanted to get that, you're going to have to go with that Elsa, the Elsa chrome. I'll most probably link in the description to an Australian guy, he's a spray painter, who does the Elsa paint. With that stuff you've got to put a 2K black gloss on it, then you put that Elsa stuff over the top. He gets really good results out of it, like it looks like chrome, legit. So I'll come back to you tomorrow. It's 1 o'clock in the bloody morning, so tomorrow we'll get this in the daylight and have a good look at it and pull all this shit off. Righto, I'm going to bed. Rightio guys, so crazy hair, it's early in the morning, but if we look up, I have been waiting days to get blue sky to be able to show you this helmet. Here we go. Righto, so this is it, the finished bloody thing. There is lots of marks. See, earlier we were having overcast, and when it's overcast everything's white, so you don't really kind of like get to see the chromeness of it. So I reckon this has done a pretty good bloody job. Now obviously, have I already, I don't know if I've told you or not, but yeah, it actually fell when it was drying the night, and the next morning this had fallen and rolling and oh, so it got all marked up. But there you go. That is one chrome helmet. Now it's a dull chrome, but you can't bloody argue the fact that that is, you know, looking like chrome. So, bloody crazy, but I want to do one more shot at doing it. I've got some PVC pipe, I've cleaned it all up. I then want to spray it, but I can't do it at the moment because it's really humid. So, for you it doesn't matter. Anyway, here we go. Rightio guys, so after reading the directions, after using it as per usual, it says if you've got something dark, to use the primer or the Dulux primer, which is a light colour. So they reckon spraying this stuff onto something light will make it a brighter shine or something like that. And to do light coats, a couple of light coats. So I've smoothed this up. I just want to see if I can get a good coverage on it. So let's give it a shot. This might move you guys back. We'll just give that a minute. Alright guys, I got this thing to bloody focus. So I did the 2 light coats. Can you see those little, it's the dimples? That's what you get when you're too far away, and that's what I don't want. Like if you're doing a normal paint job, I don't think it matters. But on this, I don't think that's, I've got to wait 60 minutes and then we'll see. I'll do another coat, I'll try and get it closer, because I don't think 60 minutes is going to make this dry like flat. It's just going to stay that dimply look. We'll see what happens. Now another thing I was doing, so when I first painted this and I got the stuff on the rubber, I was saying, don't get it on the rubber, because this is actually still tacky and wet. As soon as it gets on the rubber, it takes ages for it to dry. And what happened was I touched that and then I put little marks all over it. I tried to use the wax and grease remover on there and that's obviously what happened. Then a couple of days later I tried the wax and grease remover again and it did the same bloody thing. I thought it would have, once it's cured, it would have been fine, but not so much. And so now what I've just done, as you can see that there, that scratch there, that's just me doing the nail. You can see that. Look at that. That's with bugger all. Like, it's a little bit of pressure and I'm making that line. So you'd have to put a clear coat on this stuff to prevent it from doing that. So once I get a good coat on that thing, I'm then going to try put that diamond clear coat over the top, because if you just use this chrome spray paint, you get a really cool job on it. As soon as you touch it, it's just gonna, a fingernail is gonna wreck it. And us being blokes and motorcycles and bloody bits and pieces, that's gonna happen for sure. So that just makes it totally bloody useless, absolutely useless. So we'll see if I can get that nice and chrome, clear coat it, and see if that clear coat dulls it off. Anyway, shut up. Rightio guys, so it's nearly been 60 minutes, but this thing is touch dry. Let's whack on another bloody coat and see what happens. So I'm going to try and get it a little bit closer and so you don't get the dimples. Okay, so that is it. I can still see dimples in it, but not as bad. Now if I raise this up, it's going to go out of focus, I think. I mean, it's looking pretty good chrome wise. Hang around it. So that's it. Tomorrow I'll do a clear coat on it and see what happens, then we can be bloody done with this chrome bullshit. Rightio guys, I've got Nate's going to give me a hand. So we've got the helmet, we've got this pipe, they've sprayed. We're gonna put the clear coat on it, but I want to hold these up against real chrome so we can have a distinction between the two. my understanding is if you look at this and you go, yeah, it looks chrome. As soon as you put it next to chrome, it looks like shiny silver.
Yeah.
That's it. Obviously, putting the clear coat on is going to dull it off even more. That's a given. We're going to just do a bit of a spray on a part of it and just see how much of a difference that makes. So can you grab that one, Nate? And just lay it next to the chrome. Oh, I'll come back out. So, you know, that just straight up, boom. There you go. Now just do that helmet, because the helmet, this still came up a little bit dimply, whereas the helmet, but yeah, there's just no comparison, is there? Now this is, I've got to say this, and that is that Dulux calls this stuff Duramax Bright Finish. They're not calling it chrome, but the cheeky buggers, that's chrome.
Yeah, and on the lid here, it actually says bright silver. I don't know if you can see that.
Yeah. Hopefully, I don't know. Now go put that next to the chrome on Matt Harry. And you go chrome and chrome. So that's a straight up bloody
Bad advertising.
Bad, yeah, that's it.
Because most people grab the can going on the lid.
Yeah, exactly. That's it.
Yeah.
You see that and you go, that's what it's going to look like when I spray it.
Yeah, that's what Rust-Oleum is. They're copper tone. They're, you know.
Does theirs come out like what it?
Well, we've done the copper tone. We've done the silver pewter. All those, they come out looking like.
Oh yeah, they do. Yeah, they do. Absolutely, yeah, that's it. So yeah. Anyway, let's get this clear coat on. Right, yeah, guys. I'm not dicking around. Just gonna. Oh wow! I don't know what the hell that's done. Well, that's I don't think that's working. I think that's had an adverse effect on it. I think that's done nearly like what the wax and grease remover has done. Right, yeah, guys. So, wow, there you go. What a bloody roller coaster ride that was. You know, I didn't think it was working. I thought it was working. Oh my god, yeah, it's looking chrome, and no, it's not. And then down to this whole last little bit where it's just totally destroyed it. So, yes, Dulux says it's a shiny silver or whatever they say on there, but they absolutely bullshit you, trick you with this chrome lid. That is chrome lid, not this. Should have been that's what they should have put on there. So that was just deceptive. So shame on you, Dulux, and shame on you, Mark, for being bloody fooled by it once again. But anyway, hopefully I've learned something out of it, so hopefully you guys have learned something out of it. You know, that's always the way you learn, through my bloody mistake. So look, I'm sure this will be good if you want something that looks shiny silver, and if just at a glance you go, yep, that's a chrome whatever thing. You know, if you're going to have an art piece up on the wall that you're not going to touch, because as soon as you touch this stuff, it just marks. And then as we saw, putting the clear coat on it. Now I don't know whether there's other clear. Not a spray painter. I'm not a bloody aficionado in painting and all that kind of stuff. But that spray paint just totally, the clear coat totally wrecked both these pieces. Just straight, as soon as it hit it. I don't know whether you have to have this sit for 2 weeks or a month before you can do something like that. I have no idea, but this is not something that I will be using. If I ever do a Mad Max picture, I could always do the whole chrome thing. Righto, guys. Keep on riding, and if you ain't riding, keep on keeping on.